I just dropped $500 on new training tech. Let's see if it was worth it. This is the COROS Pace 4, the watch everyone in the triathlon world is talking about, plus the COROS heart rate monitor. But why COROS? And why now? And is it actually better than the Apple Watch? Let's find out. Quick context. I'm training for the Ottawa Marathon and the Ottawa Ironman this year. My training is getting too battery intensive for my Apple Watch, and I needed tech that could keep up. Here's what I needed. Long battery life. I don't want to be worried during the event if my watch is going to die on me. Training load metrics. When I was training for my 70.3, I got into the overreaching stage. I need to know if I'm overtraining or undertraining based on my capabilities. I also needed something that didn't break the bank. No Garmin, no Apple Watch Ultra, something reasonable that could do what all the others can do. Here's what I got, and let's talk about price first because this was one of my biggest deciding factors. The watch and the heart rate monitor came in under $500 before tax. Compare that to the Garmin Forerunner or the Apple Watch Ultra, both starting at $1,100. Since those were definitely out of the picture, here's what I got. Okay, let's unbox the COROS Pace 4. So, right away upon opening we have two boxes. And we'll start with the watch box because that's much more exciting. So, we have the COROS Pace 4. Here I am comparing it to my Apple Watch. Pretty much the same size. Okay, first impressions. Nice, elegant, sleek looking. And then let's see what these little gadgets are. So that's the charger holder, and this is the charger. It plugs into a USB-C. Okay, now we're moving on to the watch band. Okay, one watch size, unlike the Apple Watch that gives you a small medium or medium large. But there's plenty of different hooks, so you can adjust it to your wrist size. Alright, and it looks good! Now moving on to the heart rate monitor. So I got the arm heart rate monitor, not the chest heart rate monitor. Okay, taking off all the little plastic pieces. Okay, do not throw that away, that is very important. But moving on. Okay, so this is the heart rate monitor, and yep, the band is really cute, adjustable, stretchy. Yeah, it's all good. And this is me looking at my two purchases. Okay, yeah, here's the box. We need this. This is where the charging cable is. I literally almost threw that away. This is the charging cable. Plugs in pretty easily, and it's also USB-C. And this is me just showing you how to plug in the charger into the watch, because it's not like Apple Watch at all where you just set it on the mount. In addition to price, another limitation for me was size. I have a small wrist, so the options had to stay under 44mm, which took many watches like Suunto out of the picture. The COROS Pace 4 is 43mm, and for reference my Apple Watch is 40mm, and I find it big enough. After a full month of marathon training, I'm going to tell you what I learned and how it compared to Apple Watch. Let's get into it. And yes, I have been double watching and feeling like a spy kid for the past month. Okay, now let's get into the data breakdown. I wore both watches simultaneously for a month. Here's a brief breakdown. This one shocked me. The COROS said I burned more than twice as many calories during my strength training session as my Apple Watch. On my long run, the COROS GPS drifted, saying I went into someone's backyard during it. Swim comparison, obviously the distance is the same, that's pretty easy to track. But here's what the real kicker was, the heart rate. Based on the heart rate data from my Apple Watch, I can clearly see my warm-up, my drills, my 6x100 meter reps, and my cooldown. The COROS wrist sensor didn't come close to measuring that. Another discrepancy has been in the sleep data. My Apple Watch and COROS have been consistently saying about a half-hour difference, but they both tell me the same quality. One thing I love from the COROS that my Apple Watch doesn't have is recovery time, and it also shows me my training load. So we can see here I'm in the optimized section between 100% and 150%. These two metrics will be key to make sure I don't get into the overreaching stage again. Battery life. This was my #1 reason for purchasing. My Apple Watch needs a charge at least every 2 days, often more during intense training blocks. That is not sustainable for a full Ironman block, especially in the race. Here's what I got with COROS after a month. The heart rate monitor lasted 4 full weeks on a single charge. I didn't think about it once until it alerted me that the battery was under 20%. My COROS Pace 4 lasted 2 full weeks of Ironman training. Swim, bike, run, strength training, walks included, with GPS mode on. At the end of the 2 weeks, it did dip below 5%, so maybe 2 weeks isn't how long it'll actually last when the volume gets higher. Versus charging my Apple Watch every 2 days, it's not even close. Battery anxiety during training is real, and COROS basically eliminates that. Honest moment, the learning curve is real. One run last week, I accidentally turned on the navigation mode and had no idea how to turn it off. Spoiler, it was the navigation button, but I'd never used that before. I'm jabbing away during my run, trying to keep my pace, had no clue what was going on. Coming from Apple Watch that I've been used to since 2018, it took some adjusting. Here's the bigger picture. I wasn't just buying a watch. I'm building a training system for two of the biggest races of my life this year, the Ottawa Marathon and the Ottawa Ironman. 1 month in, COROS is checking all the boxes: battery life, training load, and sleep data. This video is just the start. Over the next several months, I'm bringing you along for the full build. The training blocks, the data, the setbacks, and race day itself. If you want to follow that journey, hit subscribe because this journey is getting real.